Greetings, YouTube. Today we're looking at a book, Star Trek Where No One Has Gone Before, a history in pictures. I don't know how far up this goes. Originally, this cost $54. I paid $1 for it at a thrift shop. And there we have the classic crew. We're so young. So he goes up through DS9. I think this may just go through DS9. Not that the last series survived all the way through. And we have the earlier episodes for Kirk, earliest episodes. Can you imagine if Lloyd Bridges had gotten the job? That would have been weird. There's Spock. Shatner being all intense. He was a fascinating fellow. I was identified with Bones as a kid. These two probably don't make it. She's green! And of course we always needed a little bit of TNA to keep the audience interested. They did look good in suits, didn't they? They pulled that off well. Rare photos of Shatner and Nimoy taken by photographer Ken Whitmore. I think it's an interesting, much better lighting, first off. Shatner showing off his chest. What a shock. That never happened. And again, how many of these guys made it? Anyone want to guess? Anyone? Vulcan. We only ever saw one episode in the original series on Vulcan. I think it may have only been one episode that we saw on Vulcan. Spock. Spock's brain! Where is Spock's brain? And the first kiss on television between a black woman and a white man. When was the first kiss between a black man and a white woman? I don't know about that one. Then we have the animated series, which I don't have. I want to get the animated series. I mean, I know it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I know they're not good. But I still would like to have them in my collection. I believe they were all voiced by the original cast. Then we get into the movies. Stupid. These, I hear that when they were filming this, they were breaking these things all the time. Those little sensor things. They were smashing them because the railings and everywhere were at the wrong height. The Vulcan that never was. David Gauthier in full Vulcan regalia as Zahn. Apparently a Vulcan that never made it. Kirk being all dramatic. He was so good at being all dramatic. We have the funeral of Spock. When Klingons got cool. He took LDS, did you know that? There just weren't enough aliens in this universe, in my opinion. Star Trek was always short on aliens when it came to crew members being actively involved in the storylines. They tended to show up and we never saw them again. Much like their technology. Look at this cool thing! It solved the problem for us. We'll never speak of it again. A bald Klingon. I don't know how many bald Klingons we've seen. Then we get into the Next Generation, which I have mixed feelings about. Some of it was really cool, some of it was really bad. I think like the first couple of seasons weren't much more than retellings of the original series. But some of the storylines were quite good. We have Data, and then we have pretty much the entire crew before he got the beard. Anyone ever notice how he always sits down on chairs? Yeah, once you see that, you'll never unsee it. The Ferengi were kind of annoying, but I like their ships. The Romulan Warbird was really cool from the Next Generation. No doubt about that one. That was very cool. A lot of the Klingon stuff was cool. I liked their Klingon stuff that they had. The death knell in honor of a fallen Klingon warrior, which I appreciated a great deal. I thought that was very well done. The idea that there would be this, ceremony to warn those in the afterlife that a Klingon warrior was about to enter their midst. And we have the holodeck, which was also cool, but I think they use that as a bit of a crutch on occasion. Oops, I missed a page. One of the few characters that died in a series and stayed dead. I don't remember her having her hair down. And then we start getting into Deep Space Nine, which I think in a lot of ways had a more serious tone that I appreciated. Well, it was in a much more of an active war zone. But let's face it, a lot of the storylines they had in that series weren't much more than retellings of actual World War II storylines. And with this book, I got an autographed picture of her for $1. There you go. He's an excellent actor. I apologize, I don't remember the man's name, but he was very good at doing his role. These guys were kind of cool. Their culture was horrible, but I think their makeup was kind of cool. I like this guy. He was interesting. Is it Morg? What's his name? Sorry, I'm near the end of the book. Yeah, Ferengis with their huge ears. I don't think they used his shape changing to its full advantage in the series. I can understand that it took a lot of CGI crunching at the time. It's much easier to do that now. You could probably do a lot of that kind of CGI crunching on a home computer that was, in the past, chewing up a lot of computer time on very big systems. I love the Batlubs. They were cool. And these guys got a chance to be Klingons all over again. That was awesome. That, I gotta tell you, that made me smile. I get to be Klingons all over again. I was so happy that they were still around. Oh, there was it was the prequel. They hadn't quite gotten to the whole Voyager. I like the Voyager design. The ship was very, very, very cool. Yes, it was. So there you go. There's Star Trek, where no one has gone before. A very cool book if you're a Star Trek fan. I recommend checking out a copy of this if you can. I'm probably going to give this away because I don't need to keep it in my collection. I have other things that I can use for reference and things like that. So I'm going to see if I can find a home for this one. So I hope you enjoyed this.